golf courses, but we're a long way from the sand and surf. We're at the Myrtle Beach Speedway.
Right, Gary, and I'll tell you what, it's not going to be a day at the beach for these guys either, because the way this track is set up, it's side-by-side monster truck racing, but the left lane has a little bit more of an obstacle. It has a 2-foot wall on each side of it, which that driver has to negotiate. Now, the right lane only has the one down the middle, so lane choice is going to be very critical for these guys tonight.
The third member of the broadcast crew is Army Armstrong. He'll be along momentarily. We'll take this break and come back to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach Speedway, we have 11 monster trucks here for this event. However, only 10 can compete. This is what happened earlier to the Jersey outlaw, Mike Wine. You heard Rich Hooser talk about this treacherous left lane with a wall on one side, a guardrail on the other. This was in qualifying. The Jersey outlaw having difficulty after clearing the second set of cars. He makes contact with the wall, breaking the truck, and he will not compete here this evening.
As you can see right there, Gary, he started to get off to the left-hand side too much. And as soon as he hit that wall, well, he thought, well, let me just gas a little bit and just get on over it. But he did substantial damage to the truck, and he will not be able to return. And we'll see here how he gets a little crooked there. Now, when he hits the second set, he doesn't hit him straight. That left front tire doesn't make it. When it comes down on the ground, not on the cars, that's where it all began. And he just couldn't get over to the right far enough.
And earlier, Army Armstrong talked to Mike Wine.
We understand you're not going to be able to make the first round tonight. Nothing to do with the motor. It's working good, but you're not going to be able to get a tire back on this vehicle.
You believe it or not, after all that wildest run and going over a wall, it's 3 foot tall and everything else, one tire messed me up. A 3-inch cut and a tire messed me up.
So Mike Wine becomes a spectator to join several thousand other spectators here at Myrtle Beach for first-round matchups. We have Equalizer against Clydesdale. Bigfoot will take on No Problem. The Wild Hare and Mopar Magic. Then it will be Gravedigger and Micro Machine, and King Kong and the Carolina Crusher. Well, in qualifying, our fastest truck, the Equalizer. The young driver from Tennessee, Greg Holbrook, in this S10 Chevrolet. The Equalizer. He'll be taking on Clydesdale with Bennett Clark. There is the pink Chevrolet from Powder Springs, Georgia.
And Bennett Clark's been doing pretty good this year. He's got a new truck, a new suspension and design. Let's see if he can do away with Equalizer.
It is very close at the finish. I believe it's an upset. I believe Clydesdale won it.
Clydesdale did pick it up right at the end. Equalizer had him beat over the first set of cars. Watch here as you'll see Equalizer after that first set be ahead of Clydesdale. But he all of a sudden slows down. He didn't quite get lined up for that second set, and Clydesdale took the win.
Here's Army.
Bennett, an awful lot of people may call that an upset, but you put a new motor in there. We're at sea level. You're just making a whole lot of horsepower tonight.
Yeah, we've been having a little trouble with it. We came from a different altitude. We tried the same setup we had with the last place. The motor's running great, and I'm tickled with it.
And here's a truck that will bring back some memories for Rich Hooser. This is Bigfoot 4, but now driven by John Pyatt. And here is the new driver of No Problem. This is David Morris.
Now, David used to drive Equalizer. Now, we know that he won the championship with that truck, and now he's into No Problem. Let's see how good he does.
Bigfoot takes the victory, but No Problem has a problem as he goes over the guardrail.
He did get a little out of control. Now, David Morris said he was going to have some problems with the steering in that truck. It was something he wasn't used to, and as you can see what happened after that second set of cars, he did not have control of that vehicle. And it was a good thing that he was far enough behind Bigfoot.
So Bigfoot continues on in competition. No Problem goes back on the trailer as we look at Marvin Smith out of Arnold, Missouri, driving Wild Hare. Arnold, Missouri, there near St. Louis, Rich's hometown. And here is Gary Wiggins in Mopar Magic. And Wild Hare, the third fast qualifier, takes the victory.
It was real close. Mopar Magic is running exceptionally well tonight. He did a great job keeping up with Wild Hare. Of course, he's got a new engine in Wild Hare, so that pretty much gave him the win.
So there's a good look at Marvin Smith as he drives back to the pit area. We'll see him in round 2 competition in Wild Hare. And now we take a look at one of the newer machines on the circuit. This is Micro Machine. Kurt Fisher and a crowd favorite, Dennis Anderson in the Gravedigger. Dennis Anderson, the 4th fast qualifier. And in these matchups, he will go up against the 9th fast qualifier, Micro Machine. And Micro Machine, Kurt Fisher, spinning the wheels right at the starting line, but he takes the victory over Gravedigger.
He did an excellent job with that new truck. He's been really coming on strong, and of course going against Anderson, you never know what he's going to do. And also I might mention, Gary, this is a 10-truck race. 3 of these losers will be coming back in the next quarterfinals.
That's right. The 3 fastest losers will have a chance to come back, and right now it appears that as the right side door flies open on the Gravedigger, it would appear that Gravedigger will have an excellent chance to come back in second-round competition. Well, there's a problem with the Carolina Crusher. Everybody's out there working on it. Let's go down to Rich Hooser.
Okay, Gary, what's going on right now is Gary Porter is having problems getting his truck started. Now, he's on a time schedule here, and everybody's helping him. They're trying to get it started, and it just seems to be a bad battery, so we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Well, Carolina Crusher is to go up against King Kong. This will be the final matchup in round 1. But as Rich indicated, as you can see, a number of other drivers trying to help out. And there is Steve Kane. He sits alone in King Kong as the various members of this racing bunch are down there. They find the fire. The fans respond. And Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher on his way to the starting line. He'll pull alongside King Kong, which is about a 4-year-old truck and by far the heaviest of the monster trucks here. There's a look at Steve Kane out of Killeen, Texas in King Kong. And here is Gary Porter in Carolina Crusher. He is from Wadesboro, North Carolina. He staged the Chevrolet against a Ford body with Chevrolet power. That is King Kong. And King Kong takes a big victory.
King Kong just totally outpowered Carolina Crusher. That truck, being as old as it is, sure is coming on strong, Gary. He is running exceptionally well, and he is doing a great job of driving that vehicle. He's on the ground, he's got all the power to the tires, and he just blows Carolina Crusher's doors off.
Well, once again, Rich, as you indicated earlier, with a 10-truck format, 3 losers will come back in second-round competition. It would appear by the time the Carolina Crusher will be the 2nd fast loser, and Gary Porter will return for more racing as we take a look from the cab.
Now, this is what it feels like to be driving one of these things. This is about exactly what you see. You get bounced around a lot, and some of that is pretty blurry.
That'll give you a headache. So as the sun sets over the Atlantic, Trucks and Tractor Power returns to Myrtle Beach. Stay with us.